had Danny Christie arrested and sent to prison for making videos trying to expose what he's done in his past. And Decca Heggie has lied for 3 years about what he's done in his past. And he's also now got Danny Christie rearrested for breaching bail conditions after Decca Heggie got a 5-year restraining order took out on him. This big hard boxer stood in the dock and said he was in fear of his life and his safety every time he went online, and got a 5-year restraining order out on him. And then what Decca did, he decided to goad him into having a fight with him, and Danny had that fight, and now Danny is looking at severe consequences for breaching that restraining order. This man has lied for the last 3 years about what he's done, what allegations he's got, and what's on his ACRO, his Claire's Law, his Sarah's Law and his enhanced DBS. He's lied to everybody. He's lied to his friends, he's lied to his family, he's lied to his business partner. His business partner became aware of certain allegations and asked Decca to furnish him with an enhanced DBS. And he was even offered money to do this enhanced DBS. I think it was £20,000 at the time. And he was going to offer £10,000 up front and £10,000 after they got the DBS, no matter what was on it. And he refused. And his ex-business partner then left him, didn't want anything to do with him, after he got a Sarah's Law reveal done for his safety of his family, because Decca was allowed in his house. And the police, to quote the police, they said Decca Heggie is considered, and he's the only man I've ever heard the police categorise as a significant risk to women and children. And recently there's been a Claire's Law come out, an audio version has been recorded and put into the public domain. And on that recording, which I will play, you will hear about these allegations that he has denied for 3 years. And personally, I do not wish to find out in 20 years' time that this man is still doing what he's doing, because predators don't change. And if he's not willing to admit what he's done and regret what he's done and seek help, then that means to me that he's still an active predator.
To be honest with you, Ron, do you know what actually scares me? See all these allegations that never went any further. What's to say that these trolls aren't putting a case together for me to be a serial, to get a case, like for all these women to come forward at the same time to reopen the case? Imagine if I had to go to court for like that, for a series of historic sex crimes or something.
All these women. So just remember what I've just played there, before you start thinking, oh, I feel sorry for this man, you're all picking on him. He's had the opportunity to clear his name for 3 years, and he hasn't done it. Facts that he cannot deny. And why can't he deny them? Because they're in his own voice. And the other facts are from a woman that was a friend of his for 14 years. And then she got a Claire's Law done, and you're going to hear that as well. And you're going to be able to read it on the screen because it's in words form. You don't get it in words form, it's a verbal document. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to respond to this man with facts. And then I'll tell you about the ACRO that he's talking about at the end. And we'll just, for all those news people, because there's lots of new people coming on from Dickie's channel that want to know the truth. So what you're going to hear, you're not going to hear me screaming, you're not going to hear me shouting, you're going to hear me putting facts on the table. And most of them facts are in Dickie's own words. So let's carry on, shall we? So before I play any of this video with Dickie that's directed at me and I'm giving my response, I'm just going to play you a call between him and his mother that he recorded. So bear that in mind. He was recording his own mother. He was having a conversation with his mother, asking her leading questions to get the answers he wanted. And when he wasn't getting the answers he wanted, he would change the subject to try and get round to getting the answers he wanted. This man is a very strange individual and a very dangerous individual to women, children and vulnerable adults.
I don't understand it, man, because when I was talking to Ron about it, it's like, I think because I couldn't remember what happened there. And then Ron mentioned it, and then I said about getting her to masturbate me or something. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
how old was she even at the time, man?
Well, did you say 11 years old?
Fuck me, man. that, you know, man. I know. Why the fuck would you come out there? Why? Who would get her to do that? I don't know, Jess. As I said to London at the time, I said the mother was gone with a younger bloke. I said she was I slept with Chris 2 weeks before that, you know. Well, that's the first time you told me, and that was yesterday. Yeah. But, I think it was our internet place at the time when I was working on the doors. Could have been. I think it was, wasn't it? But the thing is, man, 2 days after the meeting, remember when I said to you, Amy spoke to me? Yeah. Spoke to me on the corner of the Old Welsh Road. Yeah. After the meeting, she says, I got told about your fight, Decca. And then that was it, and then that came about. But, you know something about, but you know about the dot one as well, remember with the dot? I remember about the dot one, yeah. Remember when the police turned up on and said... Did they not take you to Wickman for that? Yeah, and they said, remember when they said about the text messages, they found text messages on her phone? Yeah. Contradicting what she was saying? Yeah. But and then it came back with that I was telling the truth? Yeah. How the fuck can that still go on your record, man? This is what your dad says. This is how can allegations... As well on the Geraldine one, you actually had the text messages of Geraldine saying she was going to with me. Yeah. I did, And, that's what I think about mommy. Like, the thing is, and I even says to her on that as well, from an outsider's point of view, it looks like I'm a serial sex case, but I've actually fell on bad luck with these people. You are right. Like, it has every single... If it happens, I'll be honest with you, if that ever had to happen again, you wouldn't get away with it. No.
So in Decca's own words, he just said, how can this go on your record? Because it goes on your subject access request record, and it goes on your Claire's law, your Sarah's law, and your Aunt's DBS. So if this what you're trying to palm us off with this police certificate don't fucking show them things, then what are you talking about, Decca? You know exactly what you've done. Do you know why? Do you know why he knows exactly what he's done? Because a subject access request is free. Anybody can claim their information. You just fill in a form, you put your passport number down, your driving licence number down, and they send you the fucking forms. And you can have it sent to a third party if you want. And that's what I was trying to get Dickie to do. But what Dickie's done is paid £60 or £90 to get a police certificate. So why on earth would you pay for a police certificate which has got less information on it than what your ACRO is? Your ACRO is the holy grail. It's everything. It's the fucking lot. It's better than an enhanced DBS. It's better than a DBS. It's better than a Claire's law. It's better than a Sarah's law. Because it's everything. Every single fucking thing you've had any contact with on PNC, the Police National Computer. So let's listen to what Decca Heggie's got to say. And then we'll play Claire's law after. And then you'll realise that there is serious allegations laid at his door about women and children and vulnerable adults. And you'll see why people like me and many before me and many after me are trying to get this cleared up. And until he admits it, until he comes clean and goes and gets some help, this ain't going to end. This is just going to carry on. And I think this might be the video that I'm going to make, that I'm going to send to press. If I decide it is, then I'll put out press emails in description box. And the next video I'll do, it'll show you how to send multiple emails at once and how to copy and paste the template letter that we're going to attach to it. Just to show people what this man is and show the whole world what he's done and why he's lying and why he's trying to deflect and blame others that's got pretty clean records that he's trying to deflect onto them. And I'll tell you about my ACRO again, and I'll tell you about the other one I've sent off for they ain't got back yet.
I'm having a really positive day today. I'm getting a lot of people messaging me saying, why am I insinuating? Oh my god, how can you insinuate Karma Corner goes to Thailand with ladyboys?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because I don't expect any better on you, because it's a deflection tactic, and most people can see it. If you read your comments, Decca, you'll see that people understand what you're doing. You're trying to deflect away from yourself and the allegations that's laid at your door, your Claire's law, your fucking enhanced DBS. The fact that you're not willing to show your acro speaks more than what it would if you'd have showed it. It just means that there's even more on that. There's even more than what we thought on there. And there's also his Scottish file. Don't forget that, because there's a lot on there as well.
So it's okay for Karma Corner to bully other people and insinuate other people are wrong-uns, but when someone says something about Stephen Barron, Karma Corner...
See, the difference is, when we lay things at your door, we provide proof. What you do is just make random assumptions, just so you can deflect from what you've done and what you haven't shown. So, crack on, crackpot. You can say anything you want about me, anything you want, because we all know there's no proof. And why is there no proof? Because it's all fucking lies. It's all lies, Dickie. Dickie. I think we ought to play another one of his tapes now.
I'm going to just been to the shop to get myself a cheesecake. I'm going to have a talk with you tomorrow. A good talk and explain everything. I'll explain every story, how it came about. None of it was ever, I was never ever taken to court for any of them. To be honest with you, another one after the Geraldine one, Jude and the Humble Dryer one, that Anthony Burke actually got one of my exes to do it, but that never went anywhere either. I've had such bad luck with women, you wouldn't believe it. But do you want to know something? If that ever went out publicly, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I used to be a right cunt, man. I used to smash fucking people, put my hand through car windows and smash doors and everything, man. You know what I mean? But that one in Blackpool was with Tanya. We were arguing in the hotel room and smashed the copper in the eye. That's what I actually got put on tag for. And then I fucking ended up in court with the tag for breaching it, and then got 90 days in jail.
And I'm going to interject here, because this is a fact that a lot of people don't know. It's alleged that he broke that woman's jaw, and it's alleged he got on a tag for it, and it's alleged that he harassed her that much to drop the charges, that he got 90 days in jail. But she did end up dropping the charges.
But all the other stuff I'll talk to you, it's just been a shock to my head, man. My head's fucked. Really low. I'm even thinking about fucking quitting the podcast and everything now. I just want to hide away. I just want to crawl away under a rock, Rhonda. Like, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised you haven't run a mile. But I've never done anything. Never done any of them. Not at all. Nothing. But I know what an outsider's view would think of that. They would look at that and think, fuck me, he's a serial fucking maybe. Well, I've never been guilty of any of them. But it's the amount of them. The amount.
And I'd advise you to listen to that again. Because at no point in that conversation does he said he didn't do it. Nowhere in that conversation did he say, I didn't do it. He said, I've not been taken to court for it, and I've not been found guilty on it. But he never says, I did not do it.
Everyone jumps on his defence. I want to say one thing to all you gullible bastards, and I'm going to leave this on a positive note. Mr. Karma Corner, Stephen Barron, claims to have showed you his paperwork. Well, that's a little bit funny, because Stephen Barron, no one ever knew his real name.
So before, he said my paperwork was fake, and his police certificate to get a visa for certain countries was the real acro. So now, he's not saying it's fake, because I've proved it's not fake. He's saying that I've used someone else's.
Why doesn't he put the paperwork up with his name, Stephen Barron?
And what you have to ask yourself here is, why is he concerned about my paperwork when he's not even going to show his own? He's busy asking me for my paperwork, but he's not prepared to show his own. And there's no accusations laid at my door. There's no offences of a unnormal nature laid at my door. And if there was, I would happily clear my name within a second. But this man is refusing to show you his acro, his subject access request acro. But he is dictating that others should show theirs. I retracted lots of information off my last one, and I've got another one coming. I sent for it last week, and when it gets here, we'll see what we're going to do then. But at this point, this man is delusional, and he's trying to deflect away from his own crimes.
Okay? All yous are claiming you've seen Karma Corner's paperwork. You didn't even know who the fucking bloke was, man. Wake up, you stupid bastards. Seriously? You need to get a grip, get a life, wake up, right, and open your eyes. Karma Corner has not revealed who he really is until I've revealed his real name. Now, why don't you get him to come on camera, show his face, and also show you his paperwork with his real name, Stephen Barron. Nickname Muttley from Barnsley. Get up, son.
And I already said my nickname used to be Muttley because of my laugh. So any man with the accusations laid at his door that this man has would surely want to clear his name. And surely if he was offered £20,000, he'd want to clear his name even more.
I've been offered, I've been bribed,
It's not a bribe, it's give you 20k.
Right, but why would I do that to someone like...
Give you 20k every 3 months. If you don't pass the check, just keep the 20k.
But why would I do a check for people, for trolls?
It's not a fucking troll, it's me mate. It's fucking mate who's got this fucking big cannabis fucking thing over in Amsterdam.
Are you there, James?
I'm here, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I see you, bud, aye. No, I don't know why you're asking us that, James, to be honest, mate. Why would you want me to do that, though?
What?
Like, why would you want that, though?
Why would you want
I don't
that?
understand why you're putting that to us.
Why?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fucking things sent over to me in the last couple of months, and then obviously...
Of course he has. I've been getting trolled for 2 years, called a nonce, pedo, everything.
Yeah, I've just been sent a video where someone offered you £4,000 to do this DBS enhanced check as well.
Aye.
Yeah.
Does the bloke show his face? No, he's a Scotch bloke in a car that doesn't even show his face.
I don't know.
I think he is. It is, aye, it's a Scotch fella that's in a car talking shite, but won't even... Why won't these people, if it's true what they say that I am, why aren't they showing the faces then?
No, but there's 20k there if you do the check. And then fucking, if the check comes back clear, you've got 20k every 3 months. If not, you just get 20k.
Why? Listen, James, I'm not going to take 20k to do an enhanced check.
No worries.
So he could have had £20,000 and then another £20,000 if it come back clean. And he refused to do it. So I think it's about time we listen to the Clare's Law now. But first, I'd just like to play a little video so you understand what Clare's Law and Sarah's laws are, why they came about, and how they save people's lives.
To be honest with you, Ron, do you know what actually scares me? See all these allegations that never went any further. What's to say that these trolls aren't putting a case together for me to be a serial, to get a case, like, for all these women to come forward at the same time to reopen the case? Imagine if I had to go to court for like that for a series of historic sex crimes or something.
All these women, not a woman, not a couple of women, not a few women, not half a dozen women, all these women. You getting it now? You getting it why he's lying to you?
Also known as Domestic Violence Disclosure Scheme. What this scheme means is that members of the public are entitled to ask the police for information about their partner if they believe they may be in a violent relationship or if they believe their partner may have a violent past. So far, we have made hundreds and hundreds of disclosure applications to people. If you believe that you need a disclosure, please ask the police, ask the question. Numerous ways you can do it: go into a police station, speak to a police officer on the street, or pick a phone up. You have a right to ask and we will help to protect you.
abducted by Roy Whiting, a known sex offender, but one that her parents didn't know about. Now, after a decade of campaigning, her mother Sarah has created a lasting legacy for her daughter, one which allows every parent to check if their child is in the presence of a paedophile. Speaking to the national newspaper that supported her fight, Sarah Payne spoke of her relief at finally getting the law changed.
I think it gives parents that choice whether to find out more information or not, and I think that they've made a good decision.
I'd hope that I would never have to use it. I don't think I would, but you just don't know, do you? You don't know who's going to move in next door to you and such like.
Any parent or carer can contact police if they have concerns about someone in contact with a child.
The police will have been trained in relation to disclosing information to the adult who has gone and reported. Perhaps they register a concern about the way another adult is behaving towards a child. They're worried about what their intentions might be. And the police were then able to look at that. And I've seen already that that's meant cases where perhaps the adult whose behaviour is concerning, has proved to be a previous sex offender, and there's been possible to protect the child as a result.
In many ways, it's a watered-down version of the American Megan's Law. Over there, names, pictures and addresses are published. The Home Office are keen to play up the positives, stressing how many children it's already protected from potential abuse.
7, it was alleged that he had called saying to a girl who was 11 to participate in a sexual act. And there was no further action taken in relation to that. 11? She was 11. What happened with this 11-year-old? Did he have sex with her? No, it wasn't sex. It said non-penetrative and attractive sex acts. So I don't know. That could cover like literally it can cover like a big, like behind the white carpet. And I wouldn't like to guess, but basically, no, it wasn't full sex, but it could have been masturbation or it could have been like oral sex. He has got a history of being linked with the police, shall we say. The news will advise you that people don't report things just for the sake of reporting it, whether it goes to court or not. So if you were to look at that, what you've just told us, how many different sexual cases have you got there? There's two rapes that you told us of. Yeah, 4. I don't understand it, man, because when I was talking to Robin about it, it's like, I think, because I couldn't remember what happened there. And then Rhonda mentioned it, and I said about getting her to masturbate me or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, how old was she even at the time, man? Well, did you say 11-year-old? Fuck me, man, that's horrible, that, you know, man. I know. Why the fuck would you come out there? Why? Who would get her to do that? I don't know, Jess. As I said to Rhonda at the time, I said the mother was gone with a younger bloke. I said she was I slept with Chris 2 weeks before that, you know. Well, that's the first time you told me, and that was yesterday. Yeah. And I even said to Rhonda as well, from an outsider's point of view, it looks like I'm a serial sex case, but I've actually fell on bad luck with these people. You are right. Like, it has every single... If it happens, I'll be honest with you, if that ever had to happen again, you wouldn't get away with it. No. Because of all the allegations.
And for anyone that's in any doubt, I just want to play one last video that tells you exactly why a lot of rape cases get NFA'd and lots of sexual assault cases get NFA'd in the UK.
To be honest with you, Rhonda, do you know what actually scares me? See all these allegations that never went any further. What's to say that these trolls aren't putting a case together for me to be a serial, to get a case, like, for all these women to come forward at the same time to reopen the case? Imagine if I had to go to court for like that, for a series of historic sex crimes or something.
reliant as they so often are on the bravery of victims, delivering harrowing personal testimony. But more rape victims than ever before are coming forward. Last year in England and Wales, the total reached 58,000. And yet at the same time, the number of people being charged with the offence has dramatically fallen. In fact, in the last 3 years, it's more than halved. So why is this happening? Well, Newsnight has learnt that hidden targets, introduced by the Crown Prosecution Service in 2016, may have contributed to hundreds of rape cases being dropped.
That's always been our underlying theory, that really they're being driven by trying to improve their conviction rate. The easiest way to do that is to prosecute less cases and to take the weaker cases out of the system.
To be honest with you, Ron, do you know what actually scares me? See all these allegations that never went any further. What's to say that these trolls aren't putting a case together for me to be a serial, to get a case, like, for all these women to come forward at the same time to reopen the case? Imagine if I had to go to court for like that, for a series of historic sex crimes or something.
I am a senior Crown prosecutor working in a CPS serious sexual offences team. I prosecuted a case in which a very vulnerable and elderly resident of a care home was raped by the defendant. She had memory issues and mental health problems, and this was something that the defence could use to say that she wouldn't be a reliable or a credible witness.
I'll explain every story, how it came about. None of it was ever, I was never ever taken to court for any of them. To be honest with you, another one after the Geraldine one, Jude and the Humble Dryer one, that Anthony Burke actually got sort of one of my exes to do it, but that never went anywhere either. I've had such bad luck with women, you wouldn't believe it.
I was simply not prepared to accept that. Just because someone is vulnerable does not mean that they have not been a victim of crime. First of all, I looked at the defendant's behaviour pattern and could see escalating sexual behaviour. It shows how serious his behaviour had become, and it showed me how dangerous he was to vulnerable people.
Reliant as they so often are on the bravery of victims, delivering harrowing personal testimony. But more rape victims than ever before are coming forward. Last year in England and Wales, the total reached 58,000. And yet at the same time, the number of people being charged with the offence has dramatically fallen. In fact, in the last 3 years, it's more than halved. So why is this happening? Well, Newsnight has learnt that hidden targets, introduced by the Crown Prosecution Service in 2016, may have contributed to hundreds of rape cases being dropped.
That's always been our underlying theory, that really they're being driven by trying to improve their conviction rate. The easiest way to do that is to prosecute less cases and to take the weaker cases out of the system.
I was simply not prepared to accept that. Just because someone is vulnerable does not mean that they have not been a victim of crime. First of all, I looked at the defendant's behaviour pattern and could see escalating sexual behaviour. It shows how serious his behaviour had become, and it showed me how dangerous he was to vulnerable people.
In 7, it was alleged that he had caused saying to a girl who was 11 to participate in a sexual act. And there was no further action taken in relation to that. 11? She was 11. What happened with this 11-year-old? Did he have sex with her? No, it wasn't sex. It said non-penetrative, attractive sex Gambit man, because when I was talking to Rhonda about it, it's like, but I think, because I couldn't remember what happened there. And then Rhonda mentioned it, and I said about getting her to masturbate me or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, how old was she even at the time, man? Well, did you say 11 years old? Fuck me, man, that's horrible, that, you know, man. I know. Why the fuck would you come out there? Why? Who would get her to do that? I don't know, Des. Because I said to Rhonda at the time, I said the mother was gone with a younger bloke. I said, I slept in prison 2 weeks before that, you know. Well, that's the first time he told me, and that was yesterday. Yeah. I even said to Rhonda as well, from an outsider's point of view, it looks like I'm a serial sex case, but I've actually fell on bad luck with these people. You are right. Like, you have every single... If it happens, I'll be honest with you, if that ever had to happen again, you wouldn't get away with it. No. Because of all them allegations.
I have my subject access request acro. It is my subject access request acro. I have got no allegations, none, laid at my door. But yet, I put mine online. This man has been offered £40,000 to clear his name. This man has been offered £4,000 to clear his name. This man has sent people to prison. This man has sent people to prison. This man has sent police to people's door to keep them quiet. He's had injunctions taken out on people to silence them from telling the truth. Now, if you still want to back this man after this, that's up to you. But you will have blood on your hands. You will. This man, unless he admits what he's done, accepts what he has done, and gets help for what he is doing, then he is still, in my books, an active predator. And it could be your sister, your mother, your daughter. Just remember that. One day this could come home to roost, and it could be one of your family. So just remember, all these women, they're somebody's family. They're not just non-existent people. They've got families. They've got friends. They've got loved ones. And every woman that he attacks is another life ruined.